You don't need this.
Ah, hey, good morning, everybody. We're running the break on Revolution Radio. I haven't even set up my intro song, whatever that might be this morning yet. I guess we're running on the fly because I was up in the middle of the night. Well, that's what happens when you go to bed at 6:30 in the afternoon. Ooh, let's see. Uh, so let's find one here. We use this one. I like this guy, Conspiracy Guru. I so well, we gotta go further in it than that to get the clip that I want. Peace. Oh, no, it's right here. Sorry, I gotta pause it. We'll put a little music, bumper music instead of the dot 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 dot. I told you so. Hey, everybody, I hope you're having a great day. They don't hear that on Revolution Radio. This mic is separate from that camera. So it's working out. That's what I can say. Okay. Gosh, I got to get these. Uh, are we all Canadians? uh, I didn't know. Didn't see. I was did my meter readings yesterday. Some of them, and I did them on the app. Oh man, that was a lot easier though. It was kind of a pain the first time because I don't trust stuff. I'm a bold person. I got to have a paper copy. But I think it's going to be. If I had a tablet, it'd be easier yet. But we're working on that. Oh my God, what do we got going on here? I got to pay attention, don't I? Okay, my intro is coming in. Say something here on YouTube, huh? Okay, here we go. Got my sound share. Da, 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 da. Yeehaw! Let's turn it up a little bit. We got that. There we go. 19. Yeah, right. Really screw it. Oh, yeah, if you get a chance to the I Told You So Conspiracy Guru, check out that song. Mm, I do. Now, YouTube censors, you know they do. That's right here at Revolution Radio. Come on down and join us where we told you so. This is the Revolution in the Morning show. streaming live around the world on iTunes, TalkStreamLive.com, TuneIn, Shoutcast, Winamp, YouTube. So come on down and join us, ladies and gentlemen. Get the straight truth, not the mainstream media mind control, because you don't get news, you don't get information, you get programmed. Oh, you're not getting beat by whips and chains and force-fed types of dogma and ideas. No. They slide them into your brain like they screw you 2 ways to Sunday in the financial system, the justice system. I guess it's just us out back. Yeah. So anyway, I hope y'all are having a great day. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. Come on down and join us wherever you are around the world. You can call in and listen if you can't catch us on the YouTube. You can call to listen through revolution.radio, Revolution Radio, 641-793-6370. Catch Studio A. Yeah, to catch Studio A. To catch Studio B, it's pretty easy. 641-793-2531 for Studio B. So come on down and join us, and let's get a journey to the straight truth. Man. Oh, gosh. I know I don't look like it. And I guess that makes me oh God, I had to go there in my own mind. No, it's not. Yeah, I can say Alice in Wonderland, going down the rabbit hole, right? And I'm thinking, wait, I'm a guy. No, transgender. No. It's like, yeah, it's like walking across glass. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a great day. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, yeah, I saw that. John Fetterman is in the hospital. God bless him. I hope he doesn't. Let's see. There's a lot of other people that are probably should be in Congress and not John Fetterman. Let's just say that. Okay. But God bless John. I hope he gets better. I hope his cognitive ability comes back. And when he has that close encounter with God and with Satan, and he says, shit, that looks like my old lady down there. She's got the same whip. Damn, John, you know you made a bad choice, John. You know you made a bad choice when you see her electric broom in the closet because she's just a witch gone green. Oh, my God. Anyway, no, craziness of it, isn't it? So this is revolution.radio or Revolution Radio. You know, come on down and join us at the website in the Element chat room. Join us over here on my YouTube live stream where, hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, Bernays Sauce, good morning. Hope you're doing well. So come on down, everybody, and God bless you. Let's get to truth. I mean, aren't we adults? Or because the government has taught people at a 6th grade reading level, like for the general public, for newspapers. I mean, that was the old days, you know, that's before we had real news speak. And, you know, we basically, you know, we just make up lies as they go along. That turns out to be the mainstream media today. So, you know, thanks, Revolution Radio. Come on down and join us. Remember, The archives over there, Revolution Radio, are there. And well, I have one warning on my channel for last Friday, and I humbly apologize. Nah, do you really believe that too? Because I said something that went against something's dogma, and it carried a big shtick in the, well, with the YouTube algorithm. Yes, you can't go against some higher authority's dogma, and that's what it is, dogma. Yeah. Oh my God. The of course, the World Health Organization. Let's tread on thin water real fast, right? Recommends the AstraZeneca vaccine for people around the world, ages 18 through, well, wherever. 18 to 45, I think, is the appropriate age group. Now, in the UK, for example, where, go over and watch a channel called, watch Dr. John Campbell. He just did a video explaining about, the possible problems that could arise from such policies. And that we have to understand that, many of the major um, Western world countries have quit using the AZ vaccine. So, can it be done? I don't know. Is it, uh, where do you have the suppression of the truth and not the truth? And I think that's a problem that all platforms are going to have to figure out on their own. And they should, well, let's say they should be figuring it out on their own without undue pressure and undue censorship, literally undue requests for censorship of ideas that, how should we say it, that the powers that should not be are trying to suppress, because there is a level of an agenda. It's a conspiracy of another realm, or another idea, maybe is the way to put it. It truly is. I don't even want to call it Orwellian, what we see going on today. We have to understand that today we live in such a multimedia environment, okay? And whether it is government, whether it is the Democrat Party or the Republican Party, whether it is the Center for a New American Security, one of the biggest threats to world peace there is, besides BlackRock and, well, the current administration, and NATO, and, well, pretty much a lot of crazies. We'll get into that right after we get done with this, but you have to understand this marketing, this refinement of ways to change, to influence people at all types of levels and all types of, and there I go again. See, I always like to do that when I think. I don't know why. But you know what happens, ladies and gentlemen? It's we use statistics and ideas and concepts, And when those concepts, what people don't realize is those concepts happen all the time. Those ideas are implanted into our brains. We don't realize it. We don't think about it. Okay. What we end up with can be a problem sometimes. Okay. Because, for example, when we had the marketing event, the push by the pharmaceutical giants to have their products made mandatory, maybe is a good example, or the hype that was associated with them, and then some of their complete failures, the complete failures of this product that they wanted everybody to take, where I think they gave 160 million doses in the United States. Or was it 160 million people took? Might have been 400 million doses. Anyway, well, everybody found out that it did not live up to the quality of standards that it was purported to be. And when it was purported to be, I guess, anyway, listen, as this evidence comes clear, there have been multiple industries now. For example, the insurance companies and the insurance industry, in association, well, with them getting hammered in the pocketbook. Why? Because a lot of people are dying they didn't expect to die. The mortality rate is above normal for what it was in 2019, for example. Okay. So everybody is, people are searching for an answer. And of course, you can look at the statistical data modeling that has been put out. And, the National Institutes of Health over there in the UK, is it National Institutes of Health? Well, anyway, they did some studies and they have been putting out all the numbers of the vaccinated peoples and the non-vaccinated peoples. And last May, they just abruptly quit putting that data out. And John Campbell, that's why I say Dr. John Campbell, you go look up his YouTube channel. It should be pretty easy to find. You can see his question. And, my response was they used it all marketing, all the marketing, positive marketing data they could keep and manufacture, because statistics, Biden, a 43% approval rating. Oh, the truth, 57% disapproval rating for Biden. Okay. You can flip that script and you can look at it. And what happened was the number of people that were dying and the fatalities were out of skew with normal. So they didn't want to, it was an unfavorable dynamic that would break the mind. It's this fabric of lies and mistruths and misconceptions, of course, misinformation and disinformation. It has all been woven into a fabric that they want you to buy, and then they want you to cloak yourself in it and remake yourself in this body of lies, these misconceptions. And it's really what you're doing is you're turning everything you have, all of your all of the conveniences of your life, so to speak. You pay somebody else to do it. A big corporation has figured out a way, to essentially to do your laundry, to cook for you, to send you meals to your house. You never have to leave, your gilded cage, unless you're going out somewhere and doing something. And yeah, of course, remember the World Health, was it the Davos Committee, the Davos people, right? What did they say? They said you will own nothing and like it. And now they're saying, well, we're going to make life so convenient for you that within 15 minutes of where you live, you won't you won't have to go any further. Everything in the world. You'll be able to go to Wonderland. You'll be able to go to the mall. How about that? Isn't that nice, Nikki? You'll be able to go to the mall, but your battery won't be able to go all the way to maybe the Three Rivers, you know, that you have to get a special pass for. Why is that? Because, well, you went over your quota limit this month. Yeah. You know what? I mean, this is what's coming. And they're going to control people with food and fuel and, and then electricity. Remember, what is electricity in a car? It's fuel. Next thing they're going to say, well, you drive too far. Yeah. And, everybody will be just pedaling their little ass along on bicycles thinking, it's okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm green. Yeah. Meanwhile, China is pumping out more poisonous shit into the air, not just CO2, but a lot of other crap. They've destroyed their waters. They've polluted their lands. And why did they do it? Because, well, they're the new plantation slave model. That's not my plan. It's not my idea. It's the new world order's doing. That's what they say. Look, didn't it the Georgia Guidestones and all that shit that points out, well, there's only supposed to be 20 or 30, 40 million Americans left or whatever, and there's supposed to be 500 million Chinamen, 200 million Japanese are going to be allowed to live, right? Or whatever. It's just ridiculous, the numbers of the people that they say, well, we got to knock the planet back to that. Hell, these sons of bitches, these sons of bitches are trying damnedest, I wouldn't want to be in a major city nowadays. I mean, in all honesty, I would not want to be located inside of one. In fact, I'm the biggest city, I guess it's really it might be a big target would be kind of Greensboro, or would be from me because of the airport and all that intersection stuff, and maybe Roanoke, Virginia, down there in that, right there in that transportation bowl area, kind of where everything goes through there. But and of course the railroads and the railroad infrastructure, all that's there. But yeah, I mean, man, I'm telling you, I, the way, if you didn't know, the retard from Kiev, was his best green sweatshirt with the little Nazi three thing forked cross thing on it. Yeah, look at it and think about the Azov battalion and understand that, Angela Merkel was never going to throw her Nazi brethren under the bus, in the Minsk agreements. Oh my God. These people have lost their minds. So Zelensky, the phallus playing, oh God, you know what's really I I got to turn off Revolution Radio for a second because I'm going to cuss up a storm here just for a sec. Hold on, because I don't want to offend any of the moderators at Revolution Radio. You know, these motherfuckers don't even realize what the hell they got going on, do they? You know, they have to realize that Zelensky Zelensky is just, the Ukrainian version of Pee Wee Herman. I mean, really, think about this phallus playing comedian, right? Piano playing comedian, played dick, uses dick to play a piano. Oh, Lord have mercy. Grandma. Now he's running World War III. All right. I mean, he's a pimp, or not even a pimp. I should say he's the war whore that America put on stage. Okay. And America is essentially run by Klaus Schwab while he's in his little nighty tighty, whatever the hell Klaus Schwab wears, when in fact, Klaus Schwab, the World Economic Forum members, and they're all their pussy little friends, all of them should be in front of a war tribunal for running genocide against the world's countries, trying to destroy them and create this World War III, this inflection point, so they can get more power. But they really screwed up, man. They got Pee Wee Herman, the Ukrainian Nazi, now running around. Oh, slid over to the big island. Yeah, the landing strip, according to George Orwell. Shit. He didn't know it was a skid mark. Welcome to King Chuck's Skid Mark, where all the shit happens in the 23rd or, 2023. I'm sorry. We're going to the break here on Revolution Radio. You guys enjoy yourself, and I'm going to lay some cussing and some other stuff out, or whatever I do here on YouTube. And we'll cut them off. Hey, you can't believe that shit, man. King Chuck. King Chuck, man. And Zelensky. And the Richie Rich Boy, right? The billionaire, World Economic Forum billionaire, trying to decide how we're going to start World War III. We're going to send them some fucking Typhoon airplanes. Yeah. And what did Russia say? Russia said, yeah, you can send your Typhoons. Sure. It sounded like some guy asking his wife's permission to go out to the strip club and watch the pole dancers for an evening. That's the kind of permission that Russia gave, to the UK. Said, yeah, sure. You can go. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, some bitch, you can go to strip show, but I'll tell you what, when you come home, you are fucked. You're going to get nuked like you ain't seen shit. And when it comes, it's going to be hard and fast. Meanwhile, here's another thing. Meanwhile, I'll probably get to this somewhere in the show. You'll get a preview of it since you're here, right? Meanwhile, motherfucking lard ass Colonel Vindeman is talking about the playbook for World War III. Yeah. A fucking NSA scumbag, Colonel Lord Ass Vindeman, who attempted to overthrow a president, along with Eric Ciaramella, Sean Misko, and a whole host of other Trump haters with the Trump derangement syndrome. Man, I'm telling you, these people are really fucked in the head. I only hope I can control this F bombing when we go back to the studio. I still got to get a song here. Oh, here's one. Here's one we can get to real easy. Bill Johnson, yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, I think I got it. I'm sorry. I had to concentrate on that, and I had to share my screen now. Well, I got to do a little mind sharing here, right? Anyway, hey everybody, thanks for joining me over here. Hey Lally, hey Lally. Hey Dan. Hey guys, how you doing? I was trying to respond to everybody. Good morning. Yeah, hey driver Dan, good to see you. Shoo. Whew, I better get a drink. Got saliva stones. Can you believe that shit? Then I drown myself next. Yeehaw! All right. Playing a 300, let the bodies hit the floor. Oh, wow. Over there, Revolution Radio. That middle of the song, about the 2:20 mark, is where I cue it up at. Well, nothing wrong with me and nothing wrong with you. I know that. We're, man, something's got to give. I'm telling you. Something's got to give. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everybody, here on Revolution Radio and now over here on YouTube. So, God bless you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I only hope I can control my mouth after that tirade of truthfulness that I spent out there on the break on YouTube. So come on down and join us, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get over here, find some news and information that you can use. Of course, I talked about John Fetterman being in the hospital after he felt lightheaded. I feel bad for the guy, but man, I'm telling you, German politicians and military chiefs suggest returning to conscription. That's right. If you're a German, you will have to spend 2 years in the military. Maybe because they have been poking the bear and they've been shitting on the bear's front porch and pissing down his trees and everything else. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's because the swastika, and the Star Spangled Banner have been working together to prepare the battlefield the United States, if you didn't know, well, you'll find out in a minute that the United States has been accused essentially of blowing up the pipeline, Nord Stream 2. I mean, it was so obvious. Everybody knew who did it. Just a question of when and how and what was used. And evidently, according to Seymour Hersh, with more details, that actually bombs were planted, and then they were detonated literally, 90 days later, um, after they were put down there. And, I may have speculated about something along those lines, and it makes certain, it's certainly plausible. The capabilities of this stuff is well known. And, just to put something down there, that's no big deal as long as nothing really major disturbs whatever you attach to the pipelines. You don't have anything to worry about. I mean, really, they can sit there for, maybe even a few years, depending upon, how they are hardened against the seawater. But these, I guess you could call them limpet mines, because remember, this pipeline is encased in concrete and then encased in another coating of some other stuff on top of that. Okay. These pipelines are not like laid just a piece of pipe thrown in the sea. And to blow them up, you actually probably, I would imagine, you have to use some kind of a shape charge that you put on the pipe, that you could just saddle it across the pipe, and then you anchor it, weigh it down right there, and then have a remote trigger from wherever. The question would be finding the that signal, if you could track that signal that was sent back to whoever triggered the mine. You know, the limpet mine, I guess, because that's kind of what I would think of it as. You know, something that has been attached to the pipeline. So, not a torpedo or some kind of drone itself that flew down and just and then itself blew up. Now that's another possibility, that a drone could have went down, snuggled itself alongside the pipe, and then detonated itself. But that would leave too much evidence. And if you're trying to do something that's not leaving a lot of debris evidence, and not including residue from whether it's C4 or Syntex or some other compound B or explosives or something like that, you wouldn't know. I mean, you the less evidence you leave, the more less fingerprint you have to blame somebody. But the operational, um how should I say it, the operational prudence, or the operational ability to do something like that, I guess is what I'm looking for, is really limited. And two, maybe three groups of, listen, everybody would say the Germans could do it. The Germans couldn't do it. Okay. The Germans can't even keep a submarine. I don't think they can keep any of their submarine fleet going. I don't think they keep hardly any of their military warships going. Okay. I know they've been having a serious problem with their own tanks. I mean, I remember that last year, couple years ago, when everybody was laughing at the Germans, because the Germans were saying, well, we have a little problem, with our armed forces, our Amtraks and, our armored personnel carriers and our tanks and our equipment. Well, we're having a problem with it. Yeah, they're having a problem with it. Most of it's so old and mothballed, it doesn't work because that stuff takes a lot of maintenance. And that's the thing. The maintenance that's going to be required for these tanks from the West to operate is going to be shit. Okay. Um, in all honesty, I'd rather have me, 10,000, little X-wing suicide drones than one tank. And I don't know the price difference there. I don't know what the price is for one of those big ass tanks, but the Ukrainians now, how are the Ukrainians fighting the Russians back? How bad has it gotten on the front lines? There's reports that the Ukrainians are strapping warheads from RPGs, rocket propelled grenades, and putting them on racing drones and running the racing drone into whatever, I guess, doing the field of view stuff, where they fly from with the goggles on and they're looking, they see what the drone sees, the camera of the drone sees, I guess I should say, because the warhead or something's going to have to be above or behind the camera so the camera can at least see where the hell it's going. But I'm not a big drone person, so I don't have one. So my neighbor Jeff, he loves his drones, and I'm gonna have to get myself one. And well, I got other things I guess I'm trying to work on and do, and not a drone. To me, a drone was a toy. I'd get a metal detector long before I'd get a drone. More than likely. Yeah. Hey, everybody over there in the Revolution Radio chat room, and of course, yes, over here at the that's a, dang it, say it, Mitch. YouTube chat. Oh, let's see. Oh man, I thought this was hilarious. In the UK, they have always talked up this national health care system. Yes, right. This healthcare socialism is what it is, right? It's class socialism. So now that the overburdened National Health Service in the UK has lots of cuts, staffing shortages, pressures from the that thing you can't talk about episode pandemic. Patients are now faced with long waiting lines and times like that wasn't before. That was like that before, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was. For medical procedures and even ambulances in emergency cases. Imagine your ambulance is delayed because, hey, man, I'm sorry, but I've got a paid insurance job. I've got to do it before I come pick up you, man. Yeah, but I'm bleeding out. Well, put a tourniquet on it. It's on my head. Well, put it on your neck. Yeah, that sounds like the government, doesn't it? Yeah, your head's bleeding. Put a tourniquet around your neck. Fools and idiots. Don't you dare do that. You silly peoples. Don't you dare do that. So what is happening? Now people are buying private health insurance. Yeah, just like they are in Canada. Yeah, the new socialist mecca of North America. Yeah, first it was Cuba. Yeah, you can't even buy a cup of rice in Cuba right anymore. Then you go to Canada, pretty soon Socialism will create a shortage of maple syrup. Yes. And oh my God, you have to take all that Canadian bacon. I got some in my refrigerator. Canadian bacon. Why? Because I'm making some pizza. Yeah. I make some pretty damn good pizza, by the way. Uh, so I'm making pizza sometime this coming weekend. I know I am. But let's see. I'm supposed to bake a cake today. Hmm. Yeah. I'm supposed to bake a cake. Can you imagine that? You know, on a show, one show, I baked a cake during the break. Well, I didn't bake it during the break, but I actually set it all up. I got all my ingredients ready. And because I'm making a scratch cake. Yeah, now listen, I'm making a Hershey's perfectly chocolate cake, is what I'm going to make here in a little bit after, probably right after the show. I'm going to whip it all out and put it in the oven, you know, 358 degrees. If you're up, if you don't know about the temperature of your oven, I suggest you put a one of those thermometers in there that you can check. Now remember, don't put anything plastic in there, okay? But you know, get a thermometer or something, and you can check it. And if it's 350 degrees, 28 minutes in an 8-inch round, you know, pan. You're gonna cook two of them at one time. 28 minutes. You don't need. In all honesty, you know, if I hit 28 minutes exactly, I don't even look at it. I just pull it right out anymore because I know it's done, or it's right done. Where when you pull it out within the next few minutes, it's going to finish cooking. Yeah. So man, I'm telling you. And I gotta, oh yeah, dang it, I forgot. I gotta also get some butter out because I hope we have enough icing sugar to make the icing for it. So you know, I'll make icing too for it. So that's not that hard. I mean, I know it's only sounds intimidating, man. I'm telling you. You know, you can't let things stop you. Yeah, and I'm not. You know, I'm figuring stuff out, and I'm gonna get it going. And hell or high water, I'm gonna figure out a way to get this money raised. You know, man, anybody lead a left testicle? Never mind, mine are shot. Not terrible. Just kidding. Oh God, that's terrible, isn't it? But anyway, so yeah, people are buying private insurance in the UK. Why? So they can get treatment. So they don't die like they do at the VA hospital waiting for treatment or waiting for disability, or they get so mad, they get so upset, they kill themselves out in the parking lot. I told that to somebody up there this week. I said, yeah, you know, the VA, you know, they've had some shitty damn treatments. You know, people have, tried to get treatment and to turn them down or whatever. They felt so bad they went out in the parking lot and shot themselves. I guess they never heard that the VA hospital is just a second chance to give your life for your country. Sometimes there's shitty doctors in every system. And the problem with the VA, they have to deal with this bureaucratic bullshit system too. But then, look, the federal government and the state governments gave how many billions or how many millions, how much was it away that they gave to unemployment fraud? I'm sorry, I'm typing this in during the thingy. Yeah. So, $60 billion. Okay. I think I said 600 billion. And I was like, nah, that can't be right. But $60 billion. $60 billion. Substantial levels of fraud and potential fraud in the unemployment insurance during the pandemic. The General Accounting Office has estimated over 60 billion. 60 billion. Crazy. Says nearly half of all unemployment benefits may have been fraudulent. In September of last year, the pandemic unemployment fraud estimated 46.5 billion by the Washington Compost. Yeah, as crazy as it sounds, huh? Uh, so then they get a few people, they get some here and there, but you got to understand, man. A lot of these people have such were from Nigeria. Yes, I'm from a Nigerian phone scammer. I'm a Nigerian phone scammer, and I'm unemployed because of the pandemic. Can you send me some money? What's your address? Yeah, well, I use New York, New York. My real address is ain't an out above you. I mean, really, ain't nothing, man. It's okay. It's okay, ma'am. I live down under the street. Yeah. I mean, I wonder how many homeless people filed unemployment without working and still being homeless. I mean, we have to ask ourselves: did Hunter Biden file unemployment? When he was getting rehabbed for his image and for his father's campaign, after going on that last minute binger. Yeah. Ah, gosh. He should have been wearing one of those pink jumpsuits down there in Maricopa County when he turned his car in with those pipe and drugs and all that other stuff in it. Yeah. But no, 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 no. That's Secret Service business. Yeah. It's one for thee and one for you. How many rules do we want to make up? It really is. And it's just crazy. I may have talked about this during the break. I believe it was when I was cussing up a storm and I said I'd get around to it sooner or later. Well, guess what? I'm going to get around to it. Yeah. Hey, Colonel Lardass. Yeah. Colonel Lardass of Vindeman. Yes, has said, yeah, we got a strategy for Russia. We're going to tie Russia down in is an attack from Latvia and Belarus and Latvia, uh, whatever those Baltic or those northern countries are right there. It's like, oh my God. It's like, yeah, Vindeman says, yeah, we're going to tie them up in Ukraine. We're going to tie them up in Belarus. We're going to tie them up in Poland. And I'm thinking, like, you dipshit for brains. Man, you've watched too many of those NATO promotion movies where, yeah, they attacked and they, the United States and the army with Colonel Lardass in charge stood the ground. Hey, I mean, we have to ask: did Colonel Vindeman, did he ever accept that job? When he was offered to be Ukraine's defense minister. Remember, he was still working for the NSC. He was still a military officer in the United States Army. When he was propositioned, he said 3 times to be maybe they were just trying to butter Lord ass up to get more NSA secret funnel money. Yeah, funny money funneled right in. So I call it funnel money because all their damn money is funny. It's all a Ponzi ass scheme. But Colonel Lardass says, we know how we're going to fight World War III. It's just going to be awesome. We're going to use our weapons and we're going to just stop the Russians. Yeah. Lardass says we need to send more shit, more money, more whatever, more whatever, more whatever. We can take back Crimea. Yeah. Over nuclear clouds in Europe and Washington. Ah, man, I'm telling you. Listen, Colonel Lardass is an idiot. He really is a fucking retard, as I just told the folks on Twitter. He really is an effing retard. Crazy as it sounds, man, I'm telling you. We have to understand Vindman is one of those dumb sons of bitches that helped orchestrate the overthrow of the legitimate government of Ukraine and installed a Western puppet. The truth is, Vladimir Zelensky is nothing but a Trojan. Yeah. Well, you can call him a ribbed Trojan, but he's rolled himself right over the dirty phallus of American foreign policy. That's what Vladimir Zelensky is. He's nothing but a bloated condom that's put over the top of the dirty, rotten American foreign policy that's a pus-covered syphilis penis with blue balls in it. It's got blue balls because it really hasn't won anything since World War II. We had a draw in Korea. We lost Vietnam. We lost Afghanistan. We were only temporary goat herders over in Iraq. We pretty much have lost Syria because remember, we're the ISIS Air Force. Yes, us, the United States and Israel. The ISIS and al-Nusra Radical Islamic Air Force. Imagine that horse shit going down anywhere in truth world. Yeah, next up, chemical weapons everywhere. Don't forget, the PSYOP will continue day and night and never stop. It will be on every level of media that you see. Break on Revolution Radio. We're going to mute out over there right now. We're coming back over here to you guys over here on YouTube exclusively. So great to see you guys. Come on down and join us. If you have any questions, you can put them in down there in the chat box. I'll try to answer them best I can. Oh, man, I'm telling you. Whew, this saliva stones. You ever hear that? I never did. Ugh. They have been giving me a fit. I have had cotton mouth. Horrible. I mean, I know I've smoked pounds of weed in the past, okay? That's back then, okay? But I'm telling you, my mouth has never been so dry. And this CPAP machine, now I have to use that at night to blow my brain up, I guess, I guess I just blow all the smoke out my ass at the end of the day overnight. Is that what the CPAP machine's really for? Because you snore, you're trying to get all the shit. I don't know. I'm just making a joke. Now, come on. We all got to live. We all got to try to work through it. Anyway, so I hope y'all are having a great day. God bless you. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button. Oh, wow, 9 people stopped by. Good morning, everybody. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow's Crazy Ass Fridays, right? Crazy Ass Fridays. And I have to do some shorts. Today's what? Thursday, yeah. But I did my meter reading yesterday, and hey, it on the cell phone. Normally, I'm a paper kind of a person, right? I mean, literally. I write the numbers down, okay? Anyway, I write all the numbers down because I like to have a backup. I like to have a paper backup, even even if I do it digitally or if I use some kind of spreadsheet. So when um, when I use spreadsheet, so I use a spreadsheet most of the time, and I'll just write them down and I'll put them in, and then I'll be able to double check. But they have an app that I'm going to use on the one. The one company wants us to use an app. So there, I have started. I did my first readings the other day. Man, I'm telling, that kicked my ass. You got to get up and down and look down in the damn hole because sometimes they got an eighth inch of mud stuck over top of them. I mean, literally, um, like that. It's sure crazy. I gotta concentrate on this for a second. I've got a song up here. Yeah. What should we play? Anybody got a suggestion over there? Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I went to bed last night at 6:30. I got up at about 2 o'clock. Hey, here's a good oldie but goodie. Bomb, bomb, Iran. We'll do a we'll do a salute to APAC, right? Yes, the revolution in the morning shows. Salute to APAC. Bomb, 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 Iran. Hey, we got to keep the members of Congress happy, right? Can we get some equal Semite time? I mean, really. Oh man, I got some stuff I wrote down here. I'm gonna punk on the flat earthers then. Listen, this will be funny as hell. Oh my god, where am I at? Hell, here we go. Yeehaw! In a political, non-sponsor sponsorship, I voluntarily play this song for the American Israeli Political Action Committee and their theme song. It's oh yeah, bomb bomb Iran. Well, anyway, we got to keep it all equal here on Revolution Radio. So I hope y'all are having a great day. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. Come on down and join us at freedomslips.org, freedomslips.net, or the main dot revolution.radio. And when I say revolution.radio to people, they say, who? What? What's that? It's dot radio, like .com, .us, .business, .full, the Democrat Party extension. Really, it's sheer crazy. You can have your own extension too. You just need $1 million and a bunch of sponsors. Yeah, that's all you need. Yeah. So, Anyway, I hope y'all are having a great day. Welcome back. This is the Revolution in the Morning show. We're streaming live from Franklin County, Virginia. I'm your host, Mitchell Bupp. You can catch us streaming on Revolution Radio, and I'm also streaming live on YouTube. So thanks everybody going on today. Well, the sun is really going nuts, spitting flares. Yep. Yes, the sun is very active right now. Of course, we are at kind of a solar maximum there, Bernays, Mace. I hope you're doing well. Oh gosh, what else we got going on, ladies and gentlemen? The archives at Revolution Radio. Revolution Radio is listener supported and commercial free. Remember to share the links for my YouTube stream, and remember, subscribe and like if you get over there, or just drop by and, listen, if you want to do a drive by, that's okay. Just make sure you drive by to subscribe by. And I've got to put out some little clips and some other stuff because I got some stuff I'm going to do. Now, if it's not raining too damn bad, I'm running out of here shortly after, trying to get out of here after the show. I got to bake the cake. Got to bake the cake. I got to talk to somebody from the VA. I want to get the hell out of here for an afternoon just for a little bit, but it's supposed to rain. Now, if it doesn't rain like, cats and dogs, I'm going trout fishing. Um, Maybe I'll even try to stream live from the trout creek. I got my headband. I got a thing. I can this I can put this on my headband. So I'm just showing everybody on YouTube. See, I got my headband. I usually put my thing on there. I can put my phone right up on my forehead if I'm going fishing. That's the best place that I would know. The only place I should say that I would know that I could get but anyway, I'm doing this on the radio, and that's not very nice to them, is it? But anyway, you can see what I mean. You got your phone on your forehead. Anyway, so I hope y'all are doing well out there. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, everybody here, Revolution Radio, myself, are all listener supported. Now, I haven't set up my Patreon stream or my Patreon channel, and I've got to do something about this OBS thing because of the video card, I guess, in the computer that I have here, or computers, because I think both of them are going to be the same. Yeah, so it's one thing, it's another. It's okay. We'll work it out. Oh man, a seismologist predicted the earthquake that hit Turkey 3 days earlier. That's right, a seismologist. Now, what in the hell did that flip around there for? A seismologist had predicted the earthquake 3 days before it happened. A Dutch researcher predicted an earthquake was going to hit the region, highlighting the most exact precision yet of a earthquake prediction. If you have been watching, and I would encourage people to look at what happened to some of the houses, some of the apartment buildings that are just wow, crazy. Anyway, 3 days before the Dutch expert published a tweet on his Twitter account 3 days before the earthquake on Monday, predicting a powerful earthquake was imminent in Turkey. Attached to an aerial photograph and marked an area where the disaster would happen. Well, it was literally exactly on spot. He said sooner or later there will be an M7 magnitude 7.5 earthquake in this region. Just literally 3 days before. I'm not sure what kind of space energy we were subject to at the time either, which is also a here we go. Hiccups. Do I get hiccups every day at 9 o'clock or something? I mean, I don't know. What the hell is it? So yeah, right now they're saying 17,000 plus dead in Turkey with the there we go. We get back to it. 17,000 dead. And you know what's really sad? Everybody is sending teams into Turkey. But because of sanctions, because of the United States of America, nobody is sending a lot of aid and stuff into Syria. It's a humanitarian crisis. Here, these motherfucker sons of bitches are basically playing God. Now, mysteriously, the reappearance of the Syrian white helmets. The Syrian white helmets are back on the job. Jesus, the white helmets in Syria. Remember, they got the whatever award, the Grammy or whatever the hell they got. I mean, come on. It's the motherfucking CIA. It's the CIA. That's what they are. That's what it is. Okay? The CIA and MI5 are the white helmets. It's basically it's like U.S. aid. Remember, the U.S. State Department is nothing but the militarized, weaponized Department of State front for the CIA. The U.S. aid program, it's about economic weapons, changing governments and color revolutions. It's never about helping people and making them better, believing that your benevolence and your help will, this pie-eyed dream that they had in Vietnam was false then. It was false now. Many people don't even want to get involved in it. They'll bend over backwards to twist themselves in a knot so they are not at risk and their family is not at risk and they don't put everybody else and everything else at risk. Yeah. It's about what it looks like, isn't it? It really is. Anyway, so the survivors of Turkey and Syria struggle to stay warm. It's below freezing, -6 it was the other day. I don't know what it is, and to find food. Remember, there's places that everything is devastated, and it just depends on what kind of ground that you were sitting on. If you were sitting on bedrock, you got the big ass shake. If you were sitting on a softer soil, you probably didn't shake as bad. And luckily, you might not have been on a hillside, so everything didn't slump and slide away. Yeah. Erdogan acknowledges, there have been shortcomings in a quake response. You know what's really amazing? Some of the richest per capita people in the world live in the Middle East. Particularly Muslims in Turkey. And, since Turkey is essentially a Muslim nation, but they're treated like red-headed stepchilds by the Wahhabis, Saudi Arabia, and others. I guess it's just like the Catholics and the Protestants. Strange, isn't it? Hey, did you hear? Yeah, did you hear the Federal Bureau of Investigation? You got to be careful, man. You got to be careful out there. Why? Well, the Fed says you got to watch out for those radical religious Catholic traditionalists. Yeah, isn't that a mouthful? So the CIA is worried about strict Catholics. Imagine that shit. It's honky horse shit, isn't it? As usual. Our world is so full of crimes on such a big scale. It's not even funny. The great Venezuelan gold heist is almost complete. That's right. It's almost complete. With Gaudio, the failed supposed Venezuelan president that was allegedly recognized by the UK government, he is essentially now gone. But the banksters of England, the banksters of England, ladies and gentlemen, are still holding all of the money and all of the gold of the country. A lot of the key assets, $2 billion worth of gold. A year legal battle. The British government made bold decisions to recognize Gaudio as Venezuelan president and proceed to facilitate the legal battle of $2 billion in gold allegedly held by the Bank of England. I say allegedly held because, as we know, for some reason, much of this stuff in the gold it's disappeared. Yeah, indeed, the UK government insisted to return in every turn to recognize Gaudio and not Maduro, the Venezuelan president. Gaudio's lawyers argued that he was authorized to represent and control the assets of the Central Bank of Venezuela held in London. So, a foreign country can say, no. The people that you elected the president, no. The people that elected, no. This is your president, and we're going to give him all of your gold. Man, I'm telling you. Crazy. Whether it was a prerequisite for the Bank of England to really release the Venezuelan gold or not is whatever. But what we have to understand that the courts have said, no, you can't do that. That's Venezuelan gold. And the bank says, well, we really don't care. We're going to do whatever the hell we want. So all this did was protract the legal battle over the gold. And, as things like that happen, assets seem to, be evaporated by fees and storage security precautions and auditing and everything else. So, you know, hey, you charge somebody five $50,000 a day to store $2 billion in gold or whatever they charge. You know, if you can hold on to it for 3, 4, 5 more years, you know, you can rake in 35, 40, $50 million more in storage fees. Really? Remember, it took Germany what? Did Germany ever get their gold back? How long did it take Germany to get their gold back? Because I really don't think, I'm not sure. I don't think they did. Really. I don't think Germany got all of their gold back, or it took 7 years. Maybe that's because during those 7 years, Venezuela's gold, hmm, maybe it slowly became, well, Germany's gold. I mean, you have to ask. You can't trust any of these people. And, you know, hey, if I had major assets in a major city, you know, like I said earlier, if I'm living near a major city or in a major zone, I would be getting the hell away. I'd have at least had my place out in the country where if I had to, I could dig me a hole, you know, and, you know, to shelter in case some shit storm happened and the house became unlivable or something, you know, or you had to protect yourself from fallout of some kind. Yeah, anyway, yeah. So, man, I would say everybody be aware and be, you know, and be understandable of what's going on. Okay. I guess that's what uh understand what is actually going on everywhere. Anyway, so yeah, I hope y'all are having a great day. What else we got going on here? 73-year-old rancher held on $1 million bond for allegedly killing an illegal alien on his property. Hmm. The rancher has been arrested and charged with first-degree murder for the killing of an illegal alien who has been tentatively identified as a Mexican citizen. Hmm, imagine that. Full details about the shooting have not been made available, and it's unknown whether the rancher, George Allen Kelly, wow, three first names. Hey, is that an assassin's name or what? You know, usually presidential, right? And the deceased, Gabriel Cuman Batia, 48, knew each other. Huh. They don't know. So the killing occurred on January 30th, and the arrest was preceded by authorities finding the dead body on his ranch. He was identified by his Mexican voter registration card that he carried. Huh. Imagine that. Did it have his picture on? Well, if they identified him by it, it must have had a picture on so they could do an identity check. Wow, Mexico has photo IDs to vote. Wow, we had to have a dead illegal alien to find that out. Anyway, the gunshot wound 150 yards from the house. Sheriffs received a call about shots fired at the property. Well, anyway, so that's a stupid thing if he did it on purpose, and God forbid, but you know, that really sucks. But was he trying to break into the house? Was there some other beef going on? Was he, you know, some cartel member guy? You know, was he just a front lead for a group of illegal immigrants? You know, I mean, you really have to ask yourself. There's lots of questions in this world. You know, have you seen those pictures of Madonna? You know, Madonna looking like some freak from the Twilight Zone. Did you see those pictures? Well, Madonna has shot back and said, look, it was taken out of context, okay? My abnormal face picture, it was because of lighting. The lighting just wasn't right, and it showed my face round. It's because it was taken really close from another angle. Madonna also followed up later saying it could not have been my face round. You know what it was? It was one of those lenses that they make the earth round with when they shoot the flat earth. And they have to show all the people the round earth. What they have to do is they have to use that special round earther lens. And that way, you know, if you put on special glasses, then you see the world is flat. But if you see it and you look at like Madonna through the round earth lens, then you see round earth. It makes perfect sense. Wow, man, I didn't. Oh, gosh, I'm so glad, you know, Madonna was able to take my education and my level of knowledge to a place that I never knew it would go. I mean, really, I'm serious. Madonna said it was the lens on the camera, man. Yeah, I hear that same shit from every flat earther. I'm sorry, guys, but I do. So, you know, maybe you're right. You know, until I see Madonna in real life, God forbid that ever happen. Um, I will know whether her face is twisted around because the corpuscular rays from, you know, the flat round lens distorts it. I knew it had to be something like that because who in the flying fuck? Hey, I hope my button didn't break there. Who in the flying hell? Who would look and say, man, I look good like that, man? No, Madonna, you look like the freak show. Jesus. Man, I'm telling you, Madonna right now at this point could probably go on some sci fi movie without any makeup. In fact, she put makeup on. Imagine if she took it off. Hey, Revolution Radio. Whew, they go into a break. And I'm coming back over here on YouTube and wind it back out. I mean, seriously. Seriously, guys. I mean, fucking Madonna. I mean, Madonna using the round earth lens excuse as to why my face looks so fucked up. I mean, Jesus Christ. Madonna. Hey, look. Haven't you had enough Botox? Oh, man. Or Blowtox or whatever the hell you got pumping up in there, man. I'm telling you. And if you're that addicted to plastic surgery, God forbid if you ever went into a plastic surgeon and was walking up the steps and you made the comment, well, the first trainee president is coming, and say, oh, we already had that. Yeah, you'd be like Jones Collins. Yeah. Hey, is that the new code word? Jones Collins. When you go to off somebody. Yeah, we're going to Jones Collins them. I mean, really? What the hell's the matter with people? Yeah, I have to get this video card working. So when I do these video streams, right, I can bring in some news information, the clips and stuff that I'm showing, and I can put up a little picture-in-picture box on the left. I'm doing that already, but not. I can't live stream it because of my video card. Yeah, stupid thing. That's the way it is, I guess, set up. Every time I try to do it, it gets. I'm like, well, isn't that good? Yeah, yeah. So I've got to hook up this other song. What song should we put in there? Hmm? Hell, I don't know. Let's see. Play that one pretty often. Here's one, Bobby Fuller for 1966. Yeah, I fought the law. Were they doing some shake? Boy, they shaking some ass on that show. Wow, 1966 video clip. Um, with Bobby Fuller. I fought the law in the law run 1984 or 19, original 1964 El Paso demo. But anyway, I guess that's the music. It looks like it's on like American Bandstand or something along those lines, and they got some girls now. You know they're all fully clothed, but man, they are shaking and in the 1960s style, rocking and a rolling. And I got to share this sound before we go back or I'll forget. Mm. Anyway, hi, hey, ho over there. Hey, how you doing there, River Rat? Good morning, Molly. Yeah, doing well. Anyway, come on down and join us. God bless you guys. Uh, hey, thanks everybody for joining me over here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going trout fishing this afternoon, and I think if it works right, if I know about the time I'm going, I'm gonna schedule the live stream, and then I have to do it through the phone. Don't know how that'll work, but I'll have this little camera too. So I'll have two cameras. Try to go. We'll see how it works out. I'm just trying to get into all this high tech stuff. No, I'm just kidding. Change gears. You have to real fast nowadays. But I got to monetize. Unfortunately, the promotion for rolling back in on Revolution Radio is coming back. So let's pause this for a second and get myself ready. Yeehaw! I'm breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought the law and the law won. Oh yeah. Mm-mm. He needed money because he had none. I like that song. He fought the law and the law won. Well, just because you need some money doesn't mean you just can't grab the sack of money from somebody else. Unless I guess they're big drug dealers, and that well, you better be running like hell. That's what I got to say. Anyway, so I hope y'all are doing well. Ah, geez, Sue. Look at that. A Super Bowl ad will tout Jesus gets us to the masses. Yeah, he gets us. Okay. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a great day. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in here on Revolution Radio, and or YouTube, wherever you're seeing me at. Thank you for joining. And remember, tell your friends, your neighbors, and share everywhere you can. I appreciate it. Manuel Macron, the crazy little French turd, has said that Russia cannot win against Ukraine. The United States overthrew the country. Russia's just trying to fix what the United States broke. But then again, when all of Europe is essentially sliding into third world status, and that today it's hard to recognize between Paris, Brussels, Berlin, Birmingham, then Addis Ababa, Cape Town, South Africa sometimes. The bad parts, not the good parts. Northwest Roanoke. Yeah, or where all the poor whites used to live in Southeast Roanoke. Yeah, I mean, really. The classisms, there used to be, all the poor blacks, they lived in Northwest Roanoke, and all the poor whites, they lived in Southeast Roanoke, and the Southwest Roanoke was, all the upper class, hidey tidy minded peoples. I mean, it really is you can look at cities all around the United States, and it's the old common saying that don't go across those tracks. When you go across those tracks, the railroad tracks, that's when the shit happens, right? I mean, we're being honest. Yeah. So society everywhere is going backwards and not forwards. Anyway, Roger Waters, accused of being a Putin apologist by former bandmate as he calls for peace in Ukraine. Yeah, imagine that. Third point becomes fifth activist investor to join the Salesforce party, where activism is now essentially circling the Salesforce name in droves and will, well, let's just say, reap a reward at the expense of Salesforce. Really is crazy. Robinhood, their glitch triggered short sales of a meme stock and burned $57 million. Wow. A major price and volume spike in Cosmos Health on December 16th by a processing error at Robinhood led to a torrent of short sales that cost the firm $57 million. The firm's earnings call, Robinhood CFO Jason Warnick explained that the processing error caused us to sell shares into the market, short sales. Although it was detected quickly, it did result in $57 million as we bought back the shares against a rising stock price. So what they did was they were short selling something, and then they were later forced to buy it back at a higher rate, costing them $57 million because they were caught on the short end of a dead stick, and they said they would buy it. They'll buy it. Hey, yeah, don't worry. In 90 days, in 30 days, we'll buy it back, guaranteed at any price. And if you can drive the price of that stock through the roof, you can bleed them bastards through the nose. Now, we got to remember, that's what happened with the Game Day stock. Remember that Game Day company, right? And there's other companies, bed, bed, breakfast, or Bed Bath and Beyond. I'm going to say bed and breakfast or bed bath, bed, bath and beyond, the BBY, whatever. Yeah. They were short sold out kind of, and if a company is expected to go down and fail, shorts will sell it short, and then people will look and buy those shorts. And sometimes people think that everything is going to collapse, so they sell a naked short. And when these naked shorts happen, man, I'm telling you, these people are caught in thongs. They ain't wearing shorts. These traders are caught in thongs. And sometimes the thongs don't even have any string. Yeah, I mean, just got a band around their waist. Yeah, my God, it's just crazy. But the market, you have to be really careful. You have to be, watch what you're doing, because as quick as you can make it, the quick it'll flip around on you and you'll lose it. That's the unfortunate truth of what we have going on in today's world. What else we got going on here? Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Ex-Twitter executives deny pressure to block that they blocked the Hunter Biden story. The executives conceded Wednesday they made a mistake by blocking a story about Hunter Biden, of course, the run up to the 2020 election, when the crackhead son of the pedophile president, Joe Biden. Then will they fact check me if I say the president of the United States of America, Joseph Biden, is a certified pedophile and should essentially be a registered child sex offender, as the world knows and understands that he took a shower with his 12-year-old granddaughter, Ashley, at the age of 44, taking naked showers, just with young children. God forbid if he touched Corn Pop's hairy legs with her. I'm sorry. Damn, Joe. You deserve to be in prison. You don't deserve to be a public servant. Man, I'm telling you. And Hunter Biden going around suing people because of why? Well, you looked at my stuff on my laptop and then you told the truth. How dare you do that? Go suck 2 eggs to Sunday. Everybody knows, and the world knows, this is only fit for YouTube, by the way. Everybody in the fucking world knows that Hunter Biden is severely compromised in his underage child sexual exploits from China. We know what kind of perverted bastard he is. I would be willing to bet that in China, when Hunter Biden went over there, they had a crack pipe. They had some of the best Chinese meth that they could find. And they had the children lined up. And I would be willing to bet they made sure they had some little Chinese virgins to compromise the president of son of the United States. The first sonny bastard. We had the first rapist, William Jefferson Clinton. And we had the first CIA president, H.W. Bush. We had a son of a Bush that didn't know his ass from his root. We had a Trader 44. Then we had 4 years of the American people standing up and saying, fuck no, it's over. None more of this. No more of this deep state shit. And then they had to release the dragon from Wuhan. Remember, China was on the ropes. The World Economic Forum and all their plans were going asunder, and they had to figure out a way to use warp speed to get back under control, to shock the people with a program, and then go full Orwellian, authoritarian on all levels of government around the world, and then command and demand that everybody go ape shit, to run and hide and isolate yourself, and to take this thing and don't take that thing, and how dare you think you might take horsey paste? Oh my. The war on the eye or horsey paste stuff, that continues. The war on the quinine derivatives of the hydroxy type, yeah, that's still happening. The war on your mind hasn't stopped. Whether it's the official government bullshit machine or who knows what. Man, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Oh, Catherine Zeta-Jones, is she on the market again? Whoa, hefty divorce settlement is out in the open. Michael Douglas after no, I won't go there. Hey, there's one thing we know for sure today in this world, that Ghislaine Maxwell trafficked nobody to somebody, or somebody to nobody. And the guy who did it was allegedly dead, probably living on another island under an assumed name, like Epstein Fogel or something like that, right? Right? Yeah, Epstein Fogel. I don't know. Just doesn't make plausible, right? I mean, it really isn't. And nobody knows who was at the parties and who molested the children. I mean, that's if we're going to talk about failures in our political system, if we're going to talk about, there was a woman, I guess a socialite up in the Northeast in Connecticut that was filming nude children on the beach. And I don't know where she was distributing those things, but she evidently did time in jail, and she got out early for, socialite behavior. Hell, I don't know. But it's crazy. We know that Biden should not be president. We know that he is compromised. We also know that he came out of nowhere in a crooked primary that was shaking out to make Bernie Sanders the literal independent communist um, candidate, the Democratic, presidential candidate. And, everybody knows, nobody really wants communism. They don't want people to starve to death in the streets, but if people make a choice, people choose to be there, that's then is a problem, isn't it? Yeah, it really is. Well, anyway, um, I've been thinking about some stuff. So I know smoke is pouring, gears grinding. I'm getting in my brain. I'm pulling into my brain the recipe for to make this to whip this cake up real quick. I mean, it's pretty easy, to make a Hershey's perfectly chocolate cake. A cup and 3/4. Is it 2 cups of sugar or is it 1 cup and 3/4? You can use either one, really. And uh, 2 cups of flour, a cup and 3/4 of flour. And then, of course, 3/4 cup of Hershey's chocolate. Of Now you need to put some. Now you're going to don't use the baking. You just use the regular self-rising flour, and then um, put a teaspoon and a half of baking soda and baking powder in to help it rise. And just dry mix that up. And also don't forget, it's like a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of salt. That help adds, and it really does. So you dry mix all that together. And see, the thing about the Hershey's perfectly chocolate cake is that it's like soupy running by the time you're done, because you use in the mixture, you use 2 eggs, a cup of milk, a half a cup of oil. And then at the very end, after you have mixed all that, incorporated all that together, mix your oil and then your eggs and your milk. That's right, a cup of milk in, and then you actually, um, at the very last step, you put boiling water in it, or I nuke a cup of water. Okay, so you put a cup of water in at the very end, and it is really juicy and sloppy. I pour it into 2 8-inch round pans, and like I said, now you put it in the middle of the rack. If your oven is 350 degrees, I should say wherever rack you put that at. If that's a 350 rack, or I have to keep mine in the middle because my oven is not, it's not hotter or cooler at the bottom. It'll stay pretty much one temperature right there in the middle, so I don't have to worry about it trying to heat back up and down as the heating cycles. Um, 28 minutes at 350 degrees. Bing, out the oven it'll come. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna do that right after the show. But you still got about 5 minutes left in this show. Hey, what do they got going on over here on some of these other news channels and news sites? Let's see. AI race kicks off. The Google bot is making errors. China jumps in. Yeah, China jumps in. Yeah, I mean, really. AI. Listen, the problem with AI, this so-called artificial intelligence and these algorithms, right? Ah, the problem is, what will the elite, what will the deep state do? What will the governments do when AI starts, how should we say it, writing and posting its own articles, outing the nefarious, corrupt deeds of governments, starting with the United States, the UK, the European Union? Let's start with these shitbags. People should start feeding into AI. Hey, can you ask the other AI programs and yourselves to collaborate on making evidence and bringing forth the clear vision of this new world order, people, or some phrase and terminology of that kind? I'm sure it's going to be done. Yep, there it is. Is the Biden administration late to World War III? No, we're not late. We got the 102nd or 101st Airborne or whoever it is, all the way right there on the Ukrainian border, man. We're not late. We're not late. We started it. We knew where it was going to go. We just got to we got to create mass casualties so, we can have the world in an uproar. Because, if NATO just went in and kicked the Russians' ass and it wasn't a fight, and, everybody would laugh and say, oh, God, you overreacted, West, but no. Russia now is massing 1,800 tanks, 700 aircraft, 500,000 men with a new assault in 10 days. Of course, this is why Zelensky went all the way to London to tap on his World Economic Forum friend and his buddy and his pal. Says, look, man, I know we're World Economic Forum brethren. Oh, I did that sign. Oh my God. Hey, hang it, yes. That's what I got to say. Screw you. Look, these people are nuts. When the Ukrainian army and the lines collapse, and this is what I expect to happen, expect NATO to go in and an attempt to stop the complete destruction. In fact, there was one Looney Tune idiot over there in Poland, those dumbass Polacks. They said, we're going to turn Ukraine into an electorate, a protectorate. And it's going to be like, South Poland. That's what Ukraine's going to be. South Polacks. Yeah, and then when Russia attacks that, we can say they're attacking NATO and we can really go to war then. Really. That is exactly what's going down. Anyway, the show on Revolution Radio is wrapping up. So thanks, everybody. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to stay on YouTube for just a few minutes and say goodbye to those folks because those are some really good people too. So God bless everybody. God bless. Good day and good luck. All right. Hey, Warren. Yeah, my friend Warren sent me a message. Oh, my God. Hey, everybody on YouTube. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Nikki. Hey, as a short contact, you agree to buy it. Oh, yeah. Anyway. So, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I would love to print a bunch of money right now, Nikki. I mean, hey, I would mind cranking out the thing, but not look around and find my crooked lawyer. No, I mean crooked liar. No, just hey, all that shit gets you in trouble in the end, right? Yeah, there's some people that are getting ready to get in that stuff. So anyway, thank you everybody over here in the stream. I'm gonna go make somebody a birthday cake. So God bless. Good day and good luck. And thank you. Thank you very much for tuning in. And don't forget to tell your friends. See you later. Bye-bye. Yeah.